2 months later, bro. 2 months later. It's been 2 fucking months. And he's proposing to her. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? He was just in my fucking bed, bro. He was just in my fucking bed 2 months ago. 2 months ago. And he's fucking proposing to her. I don't understand that. Oh, fuck this fucking chungus has fucking here.
Unfortunately, in this life, there will be many times when you'll be the path, but not the destination, just like many of the women in this video. Let's begin.
This is me not reaching out. This is me fighting every urge to tell you about my day, to learn about yours. This is me overthinking everything you ever said to me. Every touch, every moment. This is me missing you. This is me accepting the truth. This is me picking up the pieces. This is me not looking back.
Hi, my name is Isabella Daughter. I am 23 years old and I have just gone through the worst breakup of my adult life with the man that I thought I was going to marry. And so I'm lonely. Again. I see couples out in public and I think about him. I think about us. I think about the future we could have had. I hate him and I love him and I miss him and he feels all the same things about me. Hi. We broke up. That's it. End of story. We just couldn't make it work. So we broke up.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Hey, it's me. I'm crying over a boy again. I got love bombed. And I knew it, we knew it, everybody told me. But I had never talked on the phone for 18 hours with anybody else before. And he was calling me during all his free times, and he was looking at me like he loved me and sending me paragraph text messages and asking me to send him voice notes and calling me baby and telling me how pretty I was all the time and how perfect I was and sending me reels. And then I plugged our birthdays into ChatGPT, and I shit you not, ChatGPT, I plug my zodiacs and everybody else's into ChatGPT so I can get the ins of a relationship, right? And it said to me, out of all of the people that I've ever run by it, this was a soulmate connection. We were literally 2 degrees away from each other in the zodiac. And I asked ChatGPT every question I possibly could have. And it was like, no, this is like a marriage soulmate connection. And it broke down everything that I asked it to. And that lulled me into a false sense of security. And again, I got really fucking excited. But it's fine. I will be fine. Boys lie. They lie every time. I just wish they wouldn't. And I refuse to call myself the dumb girl for believing the love bombing each time. You know why? Because when I do it, I mean it. I am who I am right from the gate. When I'm matching your energy, that is me. I mean it. So I like to think that someday I'll meet a guy who also means it. I have hope. And I don't regret it. Because I thought I didn't want to get married. And I thought I didn't want kids. And I genuinely was so excited by this one that I was like, oh no, I want his children. And I have not felt that before, personally. So I know I have that to look forward to in my future, maybe. I might actually want to get married and be a mom. And I didn't think I wanted those things. So that's cool. But yeah, it went from talking on the phone every day, calling me baby, to I just tried to call him to have a conversation about how I'm feeling about this. And he ignored the call and it went straight to voicemail. And so I sent a text message, like explaining my feelings and what's happening right now. And he went and unfollowed me on Instagram. So how guys can like say all those things and then not even have just a conversation? Guys keep hurting me. So no more dating for me in 2025. Emotionally, I can't handle it. Also, the previous guy I was crying over left me voicemails at 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's that too. My heart's just beaten up right now. So it's time for a break. So no dating stories, but I think you all will survive. Maybe in the new year. Anyways, feel free to also tell me how you were love bombed this past week. Thanks, bye.
Not all men lie. The problem is that not all relationships work out. But we also have to keep in mind that the Chads are very active, and we're living in the era of short-term relationships. These days, someone can talk to you easily, but they're talking to you the same way they're talking to several others. Female loneliness keeps rising, and then we're told that men are the ones who have it worse, when there are plenty of women making videos crying over men. I'll never understand how someone can turn on a camera just to start crying over another person. Where is your dignity? It would make more sense to call that person directly than to record yourself crying so the whole world can see you looking desperate. But what do you think?
I'm sat in my bathroom crying over a boy who would never even shed a tear over me. If he could see me now, he would just think I look ridiculous. But I can't help but love him. I can't help but love him.
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
My husband decided to be spontaneous and take me to the movies last night. And when we went to dinner afterwards, I was talking about how much I really loved the movie. It was so good. I was so excited to talk about it. And he looks at me dead in my face and says, "It was just a movie." And I immediately stopped talking. So the more I sat there and thought about it, I start crying. It gets really uncomfortable. And he tries to like break the silence by continuing to talk. And I finally looked at him and I said, "That really hurt my feelings." And he responded, "It was just a movie." I said, "I was really excited to talk about it. You took me to see this movie on a whim. I've never heard of it, didn't look it up beforehand, and I really loved it. You picked a great movie." And I was so excited. And now I don't want to talk at all. Because why would I want to talk after that? And he immediately stops. He's like, "You're right, I'm sorry." And then he grabs my hands. He's like, "I'm not even being sarcastic. You're right, I'm sorry. I love when you get excited. It's just annoying sometimes." I recognize that he is trying and he is learning how to communicate with me. It's not an overnight process, but it is very painful. He's still new to his healing journey, so I just have to keep remembering that.
She's crying? Why are you?
I really like you, bro.
What the fuck? You know why you're crying?
She's in love already.
What the? We just met.
Crush on you. I really like you, bro.
Oh my god.
Do you know how ridiculous it is to meet someone and then start crying over that person? Just because you still love someone doesn't mean you have to turn on a camera and throw away your dignity. Honestly, this whole emotional intelligence trend and the idea of opening up to everyone is getting out of hand. If you love someone, I'm not dismissing the feeling. Call them, ask to meet up, and if that person says no, move on with your life. In the end, when you do that kind of thing, you lose your dignity. You show that person you'd do anything for him, that you're still at his feet. Someone who respects herself would never do something like that. The woman talking about the movie is right about one thing. If you're in a relationship, you can't make your partner feel invalidated. People feel happy when they talk about what interests them. That's the first thing I learned in sales. And as a man, it's the first thing I recommend you learn. If you can get a woman to talk about what she loves and express her passions, trust me, she's going to feel connected to you and comfortable in your presence.
One of the worst feelings as a woman is when you finally build the courage to talk to your man about something that's hurting you and he turns you into the villain. You sit there, heart racing, replaying the words in your head like, okay, I'm going to say it calmly, I'm not going to yell.
You say, hey, when you do this, it hurts me.
Yeah.
And instead of listening, he sighs, rolls his eyes, gets defensive, raises his voice, or hits you with, you're overreacting.
Yeah.
You're always complaining. You're never happy. Suddenly it's not about his behavior anymore. It's about your tone, your attitude, your drama. Now you're apologizing, crying, explaining, trying to prove that you're not attacking him. You're just trying to save the relationship. That is emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
Because all you wanted was for the person you love to care that you're in pain. Here's the truth. A man who loves you won't make you feel crazy for having feelings. He might not be perfect, but he'll say, okay, I hear you. I'll work on that. If every time you speak your heart, you walk away feeling like the problem you're not in love, you're in a blame game.
Yeah.
And the prize for winning that is losing yourself.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
He's not gonna change for you. I know this because he didn't change for me. I dated someone for 5 years, praying that he would change. Now, don't get me wrong, I had fault in that relationship too. But my point is, I remember so many nights where I was going through horrible family stuff, and I would lay in bed and cry and feel so alone, and I would beg him just to lay with me. And he would sit in the other room and play video games until 4 a.m. And looking back now that it's been 3 years, I realized that there's so many people who would have laid with me. I would have laid with me. You can't date someone expecting them to change. If you want something different, if you want different actions, if you want a different kind of person, then why the hell aren't you going to get it? That man, that boy, is not going to change for you. He is who he shows you he is every day in the little moments.
Believe me, I'll never understand a woman who gets involved with a man trying to change him. If you know a guy, for example, has a drinking problem, why would you think he's going to quit just because he's with you? People don't change their habits easily. If someone already has deeply rooted behavior, he's not going to change it just because you showed up. But since many have a savior complex, they believe that man will do anything for them. And that's why you see so many single mothers left by chads. As for the first woman, I'll tell you something. One key my father used with my mother was this. Do you want me to listen, or do you want advice? Depending on what she answered, he adjusted. We men tend to be more solution-oriented and try to fix the problem right away. Women aren't always like that. Sometimes they just want to talk and repeat what they're feeling over and over. Use this approach, and you'll see your relationship improve.
Women.
We hear the woman saying, well, all men eventually cheat. All men will do you wrong eventually. So go where the money is. Date for money. You also have men saying, well, that's just how men are. That's just how we are. I have been even told by a man, Aurora, every man in your future that you're gonna have, potentially, will do you wrong. If you want to marry for money, I have nothing against it. But even if they take all the financial stress in general, they take limitations off, and they even give you this materialistic life, if you in your heart know that you still won't be satisfied if you don't truly love them, you are just like me. And me as a lover, I know I'm not very typical lover. I love very, very hard. Everyone who has ever been loved by me, I can fully confidently that they can sign this. They have gone to bed every night without one single worry if I truly loved them. They knew that I would move mountains for them. Also, I'm very strict because I know where my ethics and morals are, and they're so deeply pounded in my backbone that I can't date a person without strong ethics and morals. But when I love you in a way that you will never forget it. I know that the biggest punishment for people is not to have me in their life. I'm very confident about that because my love is not easy to get. That's why it's valuable. Now, how can you ever convince me that there would be not a man in this world who loves like I do? When somebody tries to convince you that yes, all men cheat and all men are terrible. I know most of them are. I know. I've seen awful, awful men many times. But in your reality, because that's where you are. If everyone you surround yourself is like that, that's your reality. That's where you are. Not in my world. I'm never looking for a partner, but I know who I'm going to end up with. I already know him. Here. Because you have no power of disturbing my reality and making me believe your lies. That because you are like that, it means every other person is too.
Absolutely. Other people's words don't have to become your reality. A lot of women go through this. They come from chaotic families, without a father present, where all the women are divorced, single, or single mothers. And those same women end up ruining other relationships with their opinions. You've probably seen this as a man. If all your woman's friends are single, chances are your relationship will never have peace. She's constantly receiving negative opinions about men from them, and sooner or later, that affects the relationship. As a man, that's one of the biggest red flags I look for when choosing a partner. If in your woman's family, her mother, sisters, aunts, none of them has a stable relationship, most likely yours won't be any different. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Let's continue.
It's easy to be with someone for money, but it'll never satisfy me. I'm so passionate about it because I've seen both ends of the spectrum. I've seen a lot of wealth and I've seen none of wealth, and none of that correlates to my love. I love ambition. I love hardworking people because I am like that myself. But to saying all men cheat and watching these videos that really encourage you just to abandon love and just go where you are financially safe. I know that being financially safe is so calming and kind of makes you more feminine and more you. You make that your reality if you just accept that, okay, every man will do me wrong. I don't accept it because that's not my world. That's your world. But you have no power of disturbing my world. And I know people will call me naive. People will say, oh, just wait and see. Go see. I've seen. There have been people who have really destroyed my self-trust when it comes to that I think I have a good character judgment. Because there have been people in my life who I would have bet my life in their hand that they would have never do me wrong or never betray me. No, not him. Everyone else, yes, but he would never. And then he did. I'm not naive. I don't trust nobody in a way. But I choose to give you my heart, and you will always know that your heart is safe with me. You can go to bed without a worry, and that is a big, 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 big luxury. Don't make their reality your reality. Just say, oh, not in my world. In yours, not in mine. And trust me, see what happens. Just see what happens. There's a great song, Lover Girl, that came out this Friday, and Megan says in that song, this should be so easy when you find someone on your level. And I know there are men on my level, and your reality is not my reality, not in my world, never, ever.
Like I said, if you start a relationship expecting it to fail, don't expect a different outcome. You attract what you think. That's why there's a book called As a Man Thinketh and another one, The Power of Positive Thinking. The mind is incredibly powerful. Remember this, brother. The success of your relationship will depend on 3 factors: how you communicate, what her family is like, and the kind of environment she surrounds herself with. As I said before, people are creatures of habit. You can't make good wine from bad grapes. If the product comes in damaged, don't do what many women do and try to play the savior. Don't be the beta provider, because you'll pay for it dearly. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Are you getting involved with someone hoping they'll change, or are you accepting them for who they already are? Why do women like to record themselves crying over a man? If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.